Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you again with Bu Endah, and for this meeting, Bu Endah will be explain about the result and discussion, and also the conclusion on our research proposal or publication article. Actually, this material is a continue from the previous discussion. That's our previous meeting. And for this result and discussion uh, about the explanation of our research, and result and discussion must provide the explanation. uh, what is the explanation that we can give, or we can shows on our result and discussion is the first one is things that have been researched or done. So that must be shows the data. That could be number data, image data, table data, or maybe a formula. And because of this data, not only deliver of the data, but we must give the narration, the analysis about this data, and we will know what is the interpretation about our data. So be careful, because some researcher or maybe some student that shows or give the result and discussion only the raw data. It's forbidden for us. That is, we only deliver data, but we must give the narration. We must give the explanation about the data and also the result. The second, we can shows the research obstacle, the cause and effect of obstacles or problem that we know, or maybe that will uh, have on our research. Not only the obstacle, but we can recommend about the best solution. So from our analysis, we can get from this obstacle, we can give the recommended solution. The third is about the possible recommendation or suggestion for our next for the next researcher. Actually, it's like a future works for the next researcher. So on the result and discussion, we must to be honest. We cannot lie about the data. We cannot give the falsification data for our research. So don't worry if our research results give the what is the negative result, or maybe it's unexpected result. It's no problem, but we can still give the honest data for the research. What is the consideration in writing result and discussion? The first one, we must on the track of the research topic. Actually, we forbidden to give the explanation out of the track, or maybe out of the bulk of research topics. The second is about recommended in order according the research method used. It will be easy for us that we explain on our result and discussion is in order with our method research. The third is refer to reference use. Actually, Bu Endah will have explain the reference on our literature review and also our introduction. So we can use that reference to explain on our result and discussion. Next is use standard and easy to understand language. Don't be so difficult. Don't be have a complex sentence on our result and discussion explanation. Next is displays image data, table, and formula clearly. So what was we must consider is if we represented our result in the data, we must what is guarantee that our data can be displayed clearly. Maybe if we have an image, you must use the good resolution. If we have the table, please consider to the format tables and also the formula. Doesn't manipulate data in this analysis. So this says you must to be honest. We must to be honest with our data and explain it clearly. Explain it without a lie. Just give the real data. If we have the negative result, it's no problem with our research. Just say it clearly. And the last is follow the standard of format use. So if we have, we will submit our research proposal or maybe publication research. Please, we must consider to the standard format that use on our research. Okay, next is about the conclusion. What is the conclusion? Actually, the conclusion is a closing in the form of summary of result and discussion. So to sum up the result and discussion, so it must be in line with the research objective. On the research, we must have the true line from the research objective, result and discussion, and also conclusion. So the conclusion is like to answer the research objective. Just give the answer of research objective on our conclusion. Don't explain or don't conclude that not related on our research objective. On conclusion, we can give the suggestion or input for the further research, for the future works, for the next researcher. What is the consideration that we in writing conclusion? Actually, we must follow the standard. Do not write what was not written in the previous chapter. So we must give the summary. We must to sum up about our result and discussion. The next is answer. The conclusion must be answering the research objectives. Present only what is important because this is conclusion. We must we must choose what is the most important result, the most important finding. the most important answering the research objective. And the last, we can recommend the best thing that deserve to be done by the next researcher. It's like a suggestion, or maybe this is a like a recommendation to our to the future works for the next researcher, right? For the next is Bu Endah will be give you the example how to express the result and discussion, and also the conclusion, right? Actually, Bu Endah will give you some example, some example uh, for the uh, this is right. This is the first example that we will know how to express or to explain the result and discussion. In here, uh, purpose modeling on this article is like research method. And for this explanation for this diagram, we can make explanation for our result and discussion. What is that? This is result and discussion. We just give or we just explain about what in the method step. We just give the data that could be a table data uh, or this feature data, or maybe some researcher give the formula data. This is the image data, and etc. Please, you must what is you must display about the data that could be image, number, table, or something, must be clearly in format. For image, we must have the good resolution. For the table, we must have the clear or readable text on our data. And what you must consider also, if you deliver the data for the table, the feature, or maybe formula, we must give the what is the note for our data. That could be table 1, table 2, table 3, and etc. And also feature 1, feature 2, and etc. Right. This is the result and discussion. What is about the uh, conclusion? Right. The conclusion is like to sum up, or is like to give the summary for what is we explanation or what we analysis on our result. Okay, for the second example that we gave, this is the method. We have the diagram in here, and for the result and discussion, we only follow what is the step on our method. That could be really the same step. That could be initiation, pre-production, and etc. In here, we also have result is like initiation, pre-production, and etc. But with the explanation, we have the data with the table, feature, that could be a number, but we must consider to the resolution, the readable table, the readable data, And also we must consider also with the format of the research proposal on article publication, right? What is the conclusion in here? In conclusion in here, uh, this is like give the summary or to answer the research objective that we propose to our research, right? I think the two what is the two example is good for you, and Bu Enda will give you on our learning management system, right? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.